those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. We get up off of that thing when it's voting day and vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't hesitate. Vote, don't procrastinate.
Hello, Blue Dot family. How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday. It is Sunday. It's time for a Blue Dot family meeting. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. It has been a hot one down here in South Texas, baby. I think we made it up there about 101, I think they said today. It's cooking out there. Wherever you are, it seems to be hot all over the place. So take care of yourself, hydrate yourself, all that kind of good stuff. I'm glad to see everybody here. Brian Champagne was the first one to jump in, and followed by Showtime's Wiz and Stephanie Dean, and her and Jay are out there grilling and chilling in 90-degree heat, but they're having fun. I'm glad they're still together, baby. Anyway, Oddly Wired is here. Ardessa, Dolores Grant, Showtime's Wiz with a whole rainbow of dots there. I love it. Dorothy Tyndall, Just Coggins is here. Miss Linda Graham is here. Henshaw Cram. Manuel Villicana, hey, sorry, buddy. Karen Van Wyck is with us, and Martha Oliveira, Charles Stokel, and Rose Taylor. Rose Taylor's in the room. I'm glad to see. I got to talk to her on the phone today. We'll get into that in just a minute. Susan Murgy is here. Virginia Woody, Lisa S. Pepsi Max is here. John Deadybag all the way from Buffalo is here. John I. Fly is here. Looks like the whole family. Paula Gepson, John Heron. Hey, hola, amigo. How you doing, bub? I'm glad everybody's here. Sherry P., Deborah Haynes, the whole family. I appreciate y'all being here tremendously. Boy, howdy. Looks like things are really going to kick off. We're going to get this, we're going to have a convention this week. That's one thing. I'm looking forward to it. And things are going to start cooking like they ain't already. But I'm a little, let's get to the, you want me to do the mail?
Yeah, I mean, you're asking me?
I'm doing the mail. I got mail, baby. I got mail from Jackie Ziegler in Cary, North Carolina, and she sent a wonderful card and a wonderful donation. Thank you very much, Jackie. And she's been listening for quite a long time now, a few years, and she appreciates my honesty and true patriotism. But baby, if I've got it, you've got it. Shows in your rants and your discussion, and she tells us that if we let this man get 4 more years, we will, I'm sorry, I'm messing it up. Then our country and our Constitution will have been wasted and no longer the greatest country we know it to be, and we know it can still be. Thank you, Jackie, for being with us for so long. Thank you for the donation, and thank you for feeling it in your heart, baby, because that's what this is. I preach it all the time. Don't let the Republicans claim the title of patriot, baby. We're the ones fighting for that shit. Anyway, I also got mail from Miss Isis Yezel in Inverness, Florida. And she also included a nice little donation there. We appreciate it. And she has been with us for several years, and she enjoys the rant and the chat that goes on in the room, and I do too. It's what makes the family. And she is she's from Inverness, Florida, and she's got some health problems and all, but she says, I feel good listening to you guys and Bernadette and Velda and all of the group, and of course she's going to vote for Biden. And oh, by the way, she says fuck Trump. That's right there in the words. Anyway, thank you, Iris. I appreciate it tremendously. Stay busy, baby. We're going to have another vote. And then I got one more piece of mail from Rose Taylor. And Rose Taylor sent me a package. And this is what Rose Taylor sent to me. The Mary L. Trump book, Too Much and Never Enough. The story of Donald Trump. I'm already into the prologue. I'm on page 19 already. She wrote a nice little note, and it says, to our Blue Dot leader and my good friend, John Brideau, stay strong and stay healthy, and oh yeah, fuck Trump. Love, your sister resistor, Dusty Rose Taylor. Enjoy, puff, puff. I have no idea what she meant there, but whatever it is that she meant, I enjoyed it very much. Rose, thank you very much for the book, and I appreciate you being with the family for so long. I'm going to so enjoy that. I believe I have another copy. Somebody else told me they're going to send me this book. As a matter of fact, they just wrote to me the other day, John, book's in the mail. So we might have 2 copies of it. But anyway, Rose Taylor, thank you very much. I'll cherish this one. The inscription inside is beautiful, baby. You couldn't have done any better. And this Blue Dot family is so kind and so smart. Anyway, that's about all I got. You want to catch up on this before we get going here?
Yeah,
I wanted to call out Dave Tilford, who pledged on our Patreon page. Dale, thank you. I don't know if you're listening, but we appreciate it very much. And John Diddybag, who donated $10 to Super Chat and said, and Trumpty Dumpty don't even wish his brother well, like he did Ghislaine. Instead, he went golfing. Seems to be a trend of Donnie's. Somebody's down, huh? Go golfing. Yes, Donnie's brother passed away. I was glad to see that Biden and Kamala Harris both sent condolences to Donnie Boy. It's what respectable people do. Donnie, not so much. I'm enjoying the first few pages of that book, and it's already painting a picture of a guy who is just ate up with himself. And if it's not about him, he's not interested in having the discussion. Anyway, I want to thank, hey, Johnny Fly, how you doing, bub? Oh, Johnny Fly's got his mic muted. We'll give him a minute there. Sparky Dunk, how are you, bub?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I had a scare the other night after it closed up the back porch.
What the hell? What happened?
My air conditioning compressor
Oh,
overloaded and locked out,
oh man.
but
I,
it came back. I had a service guy come out and look at it.
yeah.
And,
They get it fixed up
well,
for you?
I called the night before, so the only place that it was like a 24-hour thing. So the guy come out in the morning, but I turned it back on in the morning and it started working again.
Boy, howdy
So
shit.
he came out, checked it out, and got me for a service call on the weekend, and all that stuff. But I'm gonna limp along with it because they had another guy come out and give me a bid on replacing it. First he says $10,000.
Yeah.
And we get to talking some more, and I
Well,
says,
Mr. Moneybags.
I'm gonna shop this
Yeah.
shop this around. I just want a bid. And
Yeah.
then he goes, well, I can beat anybody, trying to get these huge car salesman pitch. Finally,
Starting
before
off mighty high for somebody who can underbid anybody.
he left, he come down. He said $6,000
Oh yeah, there you go.
for a new system. And I said, send me a bid in the mail or email me,
Yeah.
and then I'll
Yeah, he's looking for a
but
quick push.
I'm gonna go out and get other bids on it, and I'm gonna just nurse it along because it's 32 years old.
Yeah.
See if it works okay. I'm not gonna go into panic mode. They told me if it does it again, just shut the power off, take a garden hose, run it over there, and run it over the compressor to cool it off, and then turn the power back on. It should start running again.
Boy, howdy.
So that's what I'm gonna do with that.
Well, hang on to it, brother. My truck is still cold. My truck is still blowing air conditioning. This after the company I took it to said, well, they could repair it for $3,000. And I said,
I thought somebody sent you a kit too.
They did, and I haven't even had to use it yet. Chris Kloss up in Bedford, Massachusetts, sent me the hoses and the gauge, the manifold, and he sent me the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
You okay?
No, sent me the valves that go on the manifold, and holy shit!
Hang on. For anybody who ain't
And
watching
this-
video, he's just reaching across the table. Don't be alarmed.
And this is leak
Oh,
saver.
you're making your shoulder go out, huh?
Well, yesterday was an eventful day. We ran well. Let me go ahead before we jump in. I'm being rude to everybody else, I guess. Johnny Fly, are you with us yet?
I'm with you.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
I can hear you. Good enough. Now shut his ass
Good.
off, and we'll move on. Anyway, Johnny Fly, how are you doing, my friend?
Well, just for that, I'm doing great. But just for that, I'm going to rub it into you and say it's only 73 degrees up
Kiss my
there.
ass. See, you're rubbing it
Oh,
in big
shut
time.
up.
Really, we're
Well,
burning.
that's what you get.
I'm telling you, we are burning.
California is burning up. We even got more new forest fires started.
Oh yes, I heard about that out there. It's prime season too. I mean, it's hot as hell all over the place, and it's
Well, you
bad
know
enough
what,
that you
John?
start getting damn fires in there. Huh.
Well, you know what, John? I don't know if you saw that news conference the other day that Nancy Pelosi had on. But I love the saying that she had, and I think we should adopt it.
What is
for
that?
Blue Dots here. She said, we do not agonize, we organize.
We don't agonize, we organize, and we need to
right.
do that. I am telling you, this is not going to be pretty between now and November. What do we got? 79 days? Think.
Something like that.
Where's Lone Wolf? Where's Lone Wolf? He'll tell us in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I
where
think
is he
it
when you need him?
Yeah, really. He's always around, buddy. He is always around. Don't think he's not. Glad to have him in. Anyway, Velda Lee, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
Good. How's Wayne?
He's fine.
Good.
He made biscuits for dinner tonight,
He did.
and I made the sausage gravy.
Ouch! Biscuits and gravy, baby.
That sounds good.
I mean to tell you.
You're making me hungry.
I was on the phone with Rose Taylor. We was talking food. She said something about fried potatoes. Oh Lord, you done hit me right where I live, right there. Fried potato sandwich, fried
Oh.
potatoes. I don't give a shit what it is. I love fried potatoes.
I need to blow somebody's horn for today.
Go ahead, blow a horn. Go ahead.
Okay. Bernadette she is Miss Plum now. Do you guys remember Miss Plum
Miss
from
Plum.
Clue?
Oh,
I
Miss
have to
Plum.
admit-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Plum, they're all over the house with different kinds of instruments for murder. Well, Bernadette is Miss Plum in the kitchen,
With
slicing and
what?
dicing plums and strawberries.
Plums
She's
and
got,
Oh,
strawberries
my-
With the knife.
with a knife. She's
yeah.
she's,
So
she's
she's turned
So
into Miss
so this
Plum.
so
chopping
so
broccoli.
Miss Plum with a knife in the kitchen.
Boy, howdy.
Right.
Bernadette's pretty damn
Anyways,
handy in the kitchen.
She's got 16 half pints of plum jam
Oh
and
man,
nine pints of
I
strawberry
want to be
jam.
Bernadette's neighbor. You know, I really do.
And she says, and there's a
Hey
lot more
Bernadette, can I
strawberries
borrow
and
a cup
blackberries
of whatever
coming.
you got? What do you got over
And
there? I
it's
want a
too-
cup of that shit.
And she says it's getting too hot in the house.
So she's doing it outside. Travis might have something
No,
to say.
she's in the house cooking.
Oh, Lord.
She's got so much fruit that she's just got to keep going on it. And so that is why our Miss Plum, parentheses Bernadette, is not in the room today.
because she's cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
I gotta
Yes,
say,
sir.
this is an unsponsored message, but yeah, yesterday kicked
What
all of our.
did you say?
Hang on a second. Let me see if this works. Is that any better?
Can you hear Travis?
No, I can't.
Sounds like he's down a well.
I do not know how that works. Anyway, for everybody
Sounds
watching
like-
out there, Bernadette's Pre's Trees really does wonders on sunburn. Because I sure as fuck got a lot of it yesterday when we were working on my house. Yeah. In fact, we're moving a little bit of it to the refrigerator because it's just gonna add that much. Like, it helps the pain. It really actually helps the pain, the burning sensation. But now it's just like, so it's nice. You also
Yesterday
get a
we
jar of
spent
that.
all day running a new feeder line, about 200 feet of 6'3" wire to run his
Right.
power supply out there to the house, and it was brutally hot yesterday. Travis got sunburned up all around his neck and stuff. I managed
gonna
to
say,
push
John.
a screwdriver. I was trying to, those little knockout holes you have in your breaker box. I was knocking out a new hole to run this wire, and I went to go hit it with my hand, and it slipped, and it went. It's just a very small, Jesus, little dot there between the fingers. That's a puncture wound that the screwdriver went into, and then immediately, this not happen very often. You could see my pulse shooting out of that finger. I mean, it was just, I hit a vein in there, and I mean, this thing just squirt.
It
Squirt.
It scared the
It's
shit
squirting
out
all over the
of
place,
me.
all over me, all over Travis. Tyler's there.
I watched it happen. It's like normally, you cut your finger open, you bleed a little bit. That was like
Yeah,
an
no big deal.
explosion, and oh my god, talk about giving me a heart attack.
It looked pretty
You know
bad.
what, John?
Huh.
I guess I'm going to have to go down there and
Yeah.
watch you, supervise you, and I
Yeah.
have to remind Travis they do have, what do you call
Bring
that,
a medic kit,
sunscreen?
would you? Bring a medic
Yeah.
medic.
Well,
You
John,
better learn how to be a doctor, Travis.
First aid kit.
trust me, John. If you heard prior to before that actually happening, I was trying to be supervisor.
Travis was
and
over
say-
there, Dad. That's not. You shouldn't do it that way. I'm fine. I just got to need to knock this. Knock this.
I could have
down.
told you the right way to do it.
Well, I had it bent, but it didn't go all the way. I was trying to break the little ring off. You should just bend it and then
Yeah,
get
but
pliers and work
there's-
it back and forth and take it off.
Yeah.
Dad
Yeah,
just
that'll
likes
do it,
doing
John.
things right
I'm in
now.
a fucking hurry.
Yeah. Dad is the
Yeah,
kind of guy
watch
that's
them
just like,
flies.
We
let's just
ain't
go.
got time for the proper way to do this. Get out the way. I'll hit it with a hammer. It'll
You
work.
know how many thousands? You know how many thousands of those things I've taken out?
Oh, I would imagine plenty, plenty. Anybody that and as everybody knows, as per name, Sparky's an electrician. So, yeah, I would imagine a lot of those.
Retired
things.
IBEW inside wireman.
Oh man, I'll tell you. You know what it's like to pull 200 feet of wire. That's hell on your shoulders,
Yeah.
baby. It's not easy.
Well,
Well, I'm glad he got the
we used
electricity.
machines. We had wire pullers.
Yeah, we didn't have that. Just brute muscle.
I'm glad to hear that Travis got his electricity. But what caused it? What happened?
We found the problem when we were removing the old line, because here's the problem. The line that was going out there, when I went to go check the meter at the box, here you go, Sparky. You got your 2 lugs down there that bring your power in. One lug, I got 90 volts. The other lug, nothing. And it's supposed to both have about 115 on there. And so there's the problem. And so we got to order a new feeder line, because that line we all knew was too small when we put it in, but it was all we had. Anyway, we go to pull it out. Now, y'all remember when the house was moved?
Yeah.
Okay. They slid it over. They dragged it over for a while. I mean, they picked it up for a bit, and then they drug it into position. Well, that feeder line, we had forgotten had run under the house. So when they pulled it, it was under that skid, between the skid and the ground. So what it did is it bared the white wire and, of course, the ground wire. The black wire still in contact. So when we pulled it out, that's what it was. We had one black wire out of a 3-wire hitting the lug. The white wire, which was carrying 120, was cut in half, and the ground wire was cut in half.
Wow.
So you're only sending 110 volts to Travis.
110 volts, and it had dropped to 90 by the time it hit the lug. So I was getting a voltage drop somewhere between the breaker box at the house and Travis's breaker box. So, it has to be the feeder line. It has to be somewhere on that line, which prompted Rose to immediately go online. They went and picked it up that night from Home Depot. And
we needed AC. I mean,
yeah,
big metal building.
The AC's not
heat.
working. All of a sudden, there's trouble. So yeah, we ripped it out, and that's when we found the broken wire, and then ran the new wire over much larger wire, and good to go.
Yeah, you told me it was number 6, so I'm thinking you got 6.3 SO cord.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So.
Well, I'm glad you got it taken
That's
care of.
pretty penny, too.
Oh yeah, it ain't. Yeah, about $600 worth of wire there.
Yeah.
That. And on that note, let me catch up here. Charles Stokel donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "We can't fix stupid, but the hats make it easier to identify." Fuck Trump. Yes, they do. Look, there's one over there. Count them in the crowd, Bubba. Anyway, Leo A. donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Vote blue, good for you. Vote red and you might get dead. Robert Trump died of COVID-19. Also, save the United States Postal Service." Thank you very much, Leo A. And yes, that's something that we need to talk about, and we have to do. And John Diddybag donated another $20 through Super Chat and said, "For Calamity, John, and the truck, AC," and a big smile. Thank you, John Diddybag. Yeah, I'm a fairly dangerous man. I don't know if I'll mention that. I'm waiting to do this Freon that Chris has set me up, but it's still cooling. It's not cold anymore, but it's still cooling, which is a whole lot better than baking, which is right outside the window. So we're hanging in there, baby. Anyway,
just make sure when you work electricity, don't get electrocuted.
Hey, I didn't
John.
get
That's what I
electrocuted.
worry about.
I did not get electrocuted.
You just got punctured.
What? Yeah, I just got punctured.
Yeah.
That's it. I damn sure didn't get shocked, but I got punctured. And boy, it is.
Wayne got in a hurry and forgot to take his gloves off one day, cutting a piece of wood on his birthday, and ended up cutting his finger off.
Holy shit!
Oh.
Holy shit!
Then the following year,
No, what do you mean?
on a brand new saw,
Sounds like
he
Wayne's a
cut
fairly
again.
dangerous fellow himself.
he cut the cut between the ring finger, not the ring finger, but the middle finger and the pointer finger. And again, he thought he cut his thumb off, his finger off. But what happened was the tenon was cut, and so it just dropped down. He's still got all of his fingers. They were able to reattach.
Oh, thank God.
My
Shit.
My old brother-in-law, rest his soul, Bob, up in Alaska, cut 2 of his fingers off.
No shit.
Almost to all the way. Didn't break the bone though. I mean, it sliced it all the way around.
Wow.
He got out a needle and thread and sewed that shit up.
Oh, no way.
Oh yes, he did.
Oh my!
Oh, my
Yes.
I wouldn't
God.
doubt it.
Yes, Bob.
You
I
gotta
won't
do
mess it.
what you gotta
Oh
do.
yeah, you're out in the middle of nowhere. You got to do something. Yep, needle and thread. He sewed it up himself.
Did he ever have to go back and get that actually tended by like a professional? No.
No, it worked.
Holy shit.
It worked. He had a
I did
really
not
nasty
know that.
scar all the way around his finger. You ever notice that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. I can't.
How did I miss that story?
I could never compete with that story. Ah, fuck you. I'm going to the hospital. I'm wrapping it up in a rag,
Yeah,
going to the
I could
hospital.
never
I'm
do
not getting
that.
out the needle and thread. No. That's just not happening. Okay. I don't know. Never say never, but I don't want to be in that position. Camel Tones won. There's my knocker.
Caramel Tones one? I think it is. Caramel Tones one.
Caramel Tones one donated $20 through Super Chat. Caramel Tones, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Y'all being very kind. Where was I?
Talking about sewing fucking fingers back.
Yeah, let's
on.
skip that shit.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
hey, did y'all know that the Republican Party in North Carolina sent out absentee mail ballot requests to everybody in North Carolina, and it comes in an envelope and it's got Donnie's picture on it. It's the Republican Party trying to encourage their voters to to request a mail-in ballot, absentee ballot, same freaking thing as what you do, so that they can vote in the election. So while the Republican Party is out there screaming their lungs out about voter fraud in the mail and all that crap, Donnie's out there trying to get his people to do exactly that. And I just wanted to slap him this morning. I saw Mark Meadows on the morning news show.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, for one, he accepts that Kamala Harris is eligible to run for vice president and president. He said that. Begrudgingly, it sounded like to me, but yeah, I don't want to get into that. Yeah, I accept that she is, but that's not what got me. Did you see that, Spark, when they was discussing the fraud in mail-in voting, and Mark Meadows says, "Prove there's not voter mail fraud in the voting. Prove there's not." What the fuck is that? Prove there's not. We think there's mail fraud. Prove there's not. Well, we do. With every freaking investigation they've had into this shit, they prove. But that's not enough.
I think they said 420 people over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chance of fraud is like 0.006.
Yeah, another zero before that 6.
Oh.
Yeah, it's minute. And the only times I'm aware of things that have happened like that have been Republicans doing it. So, they're screaming a whole lot about nothing, and the only thing that is there is themselves. They're the only ones that try to cheat at this shit constantly. And
Like the governor of
what was
Georgia.
it? The host of that show, I forget his name.
yeah, I do too. It's not Smirkanish. It's the one that
Jake Jake.
Jake Clapper? Jake Trapper.
Yeah.
Jake
Yeah.
Tapper.
He brought up
that's who it was.
brought up the mail fraud in North Carolina.
Yes. Yeah. The only case that's been obvious lately is a Republican that was trying to change the ballots from Democrat to Republican.
Yeah, he wasn't too excited to hear about that, was he, John?
No, he wasn't. They're stumbling around trying to make excuses for what the asshole, the baboon up in the White House is saying. And as long as Donnie keeps spouting this shit out, we're going to have this discussion. What Congress needs to do, and I understand they're discussing it, they need to get their ass back in the House. They need to come back and fix this shit because Trump is trying his best to dismantle
They're not going to get Mitch McConnell to crawl back out of his shell.
No. Mitch can go piss up a rope. Congress needs to come back. If the Senate wants to sit out there, they're not scheduled to come back right now until what, September 14th, I think? September 4th. That's a month from now. A month. Have you got your help yet? Have you got your unemployment check there? And no. Are the states getting any help with funding or anything? No. Nothing's happening because these assholes want to sit on their ass and do nothing. So yeah, I think Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats need to come back. If the Republicans don't want to show up, well, that sends a nice clear message, doesn't it?
They were talking about coming back the 24th, John.
The 24th of August?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Carolyn Maloney's got a hearing scheduled for next week.
Outstanding. Good.
Yeah,
They need to push
not this
this.
coming week, but the week after.
Because the Republicans are all more than happy to kick back and tread water. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to, you know, if the money's not for them, they're not interested. The
They
money's
haven't
for
done
the
much
people.
of anything the last 3.5 years, John.
Yeah. What's that?
I said they haven't done much of anything anyway,
No.
except cause chaos the last 3.5
Well,
years.
they've handed out an awful lot of money to Republicans and rich people. That's what this administration has done since it got here. We started out with the $1 trillion tax cut, and then they got lucky in a sense with the COVID-19 because it gave them the keys to the Treasury, and they got to go in and raid it all over the place. And here we sit with all the money gone, wondering how we're going to help the states or how we're going to help the people. And the Republicans are already grumbling about the debt and the deficit. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, really. They're the ones that created the
They're
damn
the ones
debt.
that do it every time. Every time there's a Republican in, they raid the place. They take everything that's not nailed down. They turn everything to shit, then leave the room, and then start griping about, look how terrible things are. We need a Republican to fix this. Are you shitting me? You know, and we're in that cycle again. This time I think we're dealing with a much more intelligent voter pool out there. People are woke up from this shit. And nothing has
Hey, John.
highlighted disaster more than this man. Yeah.
Did you watch the show last night on CNN about the Electoral College, inside the Electoral
I
College?
saw most of it. I missed a little bit of it, but yeah, I sat down and watched about most of it to the end, I think. Yes, very interesting, isn't it?
We're
Yeah,
known
kind of.
as voters, and they're known as electors.
Yeah,
so
we don't,
really,
our vote
we're
don't mean
supposed-
shit. Is what
Yeah.
is what I got out of it. You're
Yeah,
given the
I-
illusion that your vote counts, but it's not your vote. It's the Electoral College. It's the elector in your state who although I agreed with their method or their agenda, what they were trying to accomplish in 2016. For those that you don't know, the Electoral College, there are so many people in each state. Those are called electors, and they are people. They are your neighbors and your peers in your state. And they take, after the election, okay, we have X amount for this candidate and X amount votes for this candidate. And they give that information to the elector. Now, the elector is supposed to vote what the people voted. But, as outlined, as far as I can find in the Federalist Papers, what they're talking about is why the Electoral College was formed to begin with. The Electoral College was supposed to be a gate that if a demagogue, if a man of ill repute were to rise to the level through populism to the office of president, it was up to the Electoral College. It's supposed to be a panel of wise men to not allow that to happen, to not cast their vote for that demagogue, but to force it into Congress. And they could vote, they could write in some other Republican. In this case, they did. They stood up. They thought Trump was an immoral, ill-qualified person for president, which turns out he was. So there was a push by some electors in states to get them to vote, get Republican delegates, Republican electors, to vote for somebody other than Trump. And I think they were going for John Kasich out of Ohio, which was a Republican, more centrist. They were actually had an attempt to get electors to vote for John Kasich and make him president instead of Trump. Can you imagine the shitstorm that would have happened after that? But they tried.
Yeah.
discussion is raised.
The unfaithful voter,
Right.
electoral voter.
But in this process, it really highly points out that it's not up to you, the people. It's up to the electors in your state. They will be the ones that will cast the vote for president, and that's how we get the Electoral College, and we get a certain number of electoral votes.
John,
Yeah.
they really are supposed to vote for what the people want, and if not,
Yes.
what he said there were several options. They could be fined,
Well,
or they could change their voice,
Yeah.
their vote. I mean,
didn't that
Yeah.
Supreme Court ruling change that? Didn't that Supreme Court ruling tell
Yeah,
the electorals
the
that they have to go along with the popular vote now?
Yes. And hello, Ben Stroud. How are you, bub?
Doing good.
Good. Good. Yes. As far as
How
I
are
understand.
you, man? Are you and Travis okay? Please tell me you guys are all right.
Oh yeah, we're fine as frog hair, buddy. Oh yeah, we're doing fine.
Because that picture,
Sore
man, I
arms.
seen yesterday,
I got a sore
I was
finger
really
that
worried
just
about you.
I shoved a screwdriver all the way through my finger. Should have seen the fountain
Ow.
that came out of it, though, man. That's
oh God.
thank goodness you don't see that too often. But man, it was you
had
could
to
see
hit
my
an
heartbeat
artery.
just coming out in squirts. So I'm thinking, oh
Well, you
shit,
hit an
I
artery,
hit
it sounds
something.
like.
Yeah. Well, we held
And it
pressure on
wasn't
it.
oil either.
No, couldn't sell that shit.
You
No,
don't
we
want
held
red,
pressure
you
on
want
it until it
black oil.
stopped and bandaged it up last night. And then this morning, I'm just letting it catch air. You know, it scabs over. But yeah, it's really, really sore. My shoulders, all that shit
Yeah.
sore. What are you going to do, though?
Listen to your kids who are like, hey, why don't we do
Yeah,
the
what
grunt
do they
work
know?
and you just do the wiring, the thing
Well.
you know how to do and all that good shit.
So you still got 2 wires in the ground that you can't get out?
Oh no. We got everything. We got everything. We replaced
Okay, good.
the whole feeder line, all the way from our box here on the main house, all the way to Travis's box out there at his house. So he's got full power. The fans are
That's
running at
good.
high speed. The air conditioners run. Everything's running.
Now, see, I heard Travis this time, so I don't know what it is that happens with
it
that mic,
fades
but
out
he
on
came
that.
across clear.
I have no idea considering we're coming out of the same little audio box over
It's
here.
got. It's got to be your mic.
Mm.
I keep thinking it's got to
So
be.
what do
your
y'all think about the National Weather Service coming out with the first ever fire NATO warning?
Fire NATO.
Yeah, that fire NATO that
Damn.
happened out in
Damn,
California.
Ben. We're all gonna die. There's gonna be fire tornadoes now. Son of a bitch.
No,
Well, they
they had
predicted-
that wildfire out in California. They had a fire
Run.
NATO.
They predicted it. That's the first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
They
not
predicted
good.
it?
We've already
Well,
had
it's
fire.
not-
We've
yeah.
already had fire tornadoes here.
Yeah.
We had a
Oh,
big one
okay.
during the car fire, but it wasn't predicted. It just happened.
Holy shit.
Oh, they predicted this one.
But
Okay,
they
that's a good
don't
one.
they don't move. They just kind of stay stationary, from what I understand. But yeah, it's kind of
Unless
crazy.
they're in a wheat field, they'll take off in a wheat field.
Yeah.
Well, that one in the car fire just got over a subdivision and hovered and just burned up everything
God.
in a hurry.
I'm not the squirrel this time, just so everybody knows. Just letting him.
What?
just
You were a
letting him-
squirrel a minute ago. You were up there crawling under the table. What
Oh,
the
you-
hell were you doing?
Oh, yeah, you moved the mics. You touched something.
I ain't touched shit.
Uh-oh.
You
Oh,
did.
no.
You know why I know? Because every time I put my hands down on my desk, I was able to hear it through your mic. You had it touching my desk. So,
Touchy.
yeah.
I saw
John,
my
did you
first-
do something, John, that cured my Travis's mic or what?
I think it's a QAnon conspiracy
It is.
shit.
So the way I understand it, that special that Johnny I Fly was telling me about last night that I watched on CNN. So some of the electorals gave that other guy the vote. So I think that's what helped screw. Maybe that's what helped screw Hillary Clinton and getting more electoral votes over Trump in 2016.
I don't know.
I think it's,
Go ahead.
well, it sounds like some people voted contrary to what they were supposed to vote. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's the case.
Well,
but
they
it
are
sounds to me.
morally bound to vote their conscience.
Right.
You know, they're supposed to. Actually, if you look at it, what happened in 2016 is what's supposed to happen according to the Constitution. If the electors feel that there's a God, a man of ill repute, low moral value that is rose on the shoulders of popularism, they are supposed to save us from that. So actually, it worked.
They didn't
for-
save her.
Yeah, they didn't save us. It didn't work. So in my book, get the fuck rid of it. Here's the problem with that. The Republicans will never turn loose of it because if you go by the popular vote, we wouldn't have had a Republican president in the last, 20 years? Shit.
I could deal with that.
Yeah,
I could live
Gore
with
won
that.
the popular vote. Hillary won the popular vote. Gore won the popular vote. You know what I'm saying?
Kerry won the
Well, you
popular
only
vote.
ran once, John. Don't say him twice.
Oh, did I say him twice? I'm trying to think the other person then. Wait.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
John
Gore.
Kerry won against.
It was Gore.
Kerry
Gore
won
and
the vote against him in 2004.
Gore and Kerry was
Yeah,
2004.
Kerry.
yeah. But if we go by the popular vote, the Democrats have the votes. The Democrats have the vote in this
And
country.
the Republicans will never win.
No.
They can't win with it unless they're
Fine
cheating.
by me.
They can't win with the policy they have.
What policy?
The policy of rob, steal, and blind. That's what their policy is. And it was like when I was talking to my rant the other day. This is what just really plays in my mind. It's all a freaking con game. This whole freaking situation with the Republican Party. It's like Donnie right now talking about he doesn't want to bail out the blue states. I don't want to. They've been run terribly. We don't want to bail out blue states, Democratic governors, Democratic mayors. Anyway, we don't want to help them. Are you shitting me? Go look at the tax income to this country. Who supports the tax base? It's the damn blue states that pay in the most money in taxes. Guess who the bloodsuckers are? It's the red states. It's a con game. While they try to, again, wave the flag, hold up the Bible and all of this shit and proclaim that those liberal Democrats are out there just wanting to spend all the money. Yeah, we're paying the money. We're paying the money. It's red states that are the heavy draw taking from the tax base. And I don't see where Democrats have a problem with that. We have been supporting red states forever. We don't want to sit up there at the podium and say, well, we're not going to give any more money to the red states because that would be un-American. That would be signaling out a whole state that has both Republicans, Democrats in it and make them suffer because of the way the vote went the last time. And bet your ass that's who Trump is. He'll make your state try to suffer if you didn't vote for him. Are you shitting me? He is the grandest man ever. If you didn't vote for him, you deserve to be punished. That kind of shit. But they sell that same con with patriotism and Christianity. And it's a crock of shit is what it is.
Hey, John, if you ever get a chance, I know Bill Jones, I don't know if you looked at, I know he sent me the 14 points of what a fascist nation is like and what happens. Yeah. And that's two of the things that they do is patriotism and mixing religion with the state.
That's it. That's
Just
their
like
way
Bill,
forward.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
yeah,
see, I'm sorry, buddy.
Hey, no, you're all right, John. You're all right, John.
I didn't see
yeah,
you
hey,
there.
everybody.
How you doing,
yeah,
bro?
He
hey,
sounded
everybody.
familiar, John.
We're doing good. We're doing good. But, that's the same thing as Bill Maher, running down the 10 things that proves Trump wants to be a dictator, Yeah. I mean, it's
He's
crazy.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
The handwriting.
He doesn't have
yeah.
to be. He is.
No, I want to get something kind of. Did he go see his brother before he died, or did he go just play golf? Because I seen something yesterday morning where they were talking about he was supposed to go to New York to see his brother, but then he ended
up in Bridgewater.
Shit. So he didn't go see him at all.
I could have sworn I saw him going to the
Well,
hospital.
if he died of COVID, you wouldn't be able to go see him.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I didn't know he died from COVID.
That's it. We don't know what he died of. But that would make. If he didn't go see him, he's either a piece of shit or if he calls he had
ding,
COVID.
ding, ding, ding,
ding,
ding.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, piece of shit. I'm only on page 19 of Mary Trump's book here that Rose Taylor sent. And I'm only in the prologue. But she's talking about when she went to the White House for Marianne, and Elizabeth's
Or
birthday.
aunt's.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there's just enough in that one little few pages that you can just see the handwriting on the wall of what a dick he is. But then when he said when Marianne at the dinner table was speaking, she was talking about the time that Donnie had mashed potatoes on top of his head that his father had put there.
man.
Yeah, it's just he didn't like that being brought up at the dinner table. She said that Marianne Trump said he was sitting at the end of the table with his arms crossed, scowling while Marianne was talking about the family famous mashed potatoes on the head that Donnie got.
He was pouting. He was pouting.
Very much pouting. Yeah, so I'm going to
Never
enjoy
got
it.
over that phase.
I'm going to enjoy
He never
the
got
little
over
things.
that phase.
No, he doesn't get over anything.
No. I think
He
somebody
holds
needs to
a
change his
grudge
diaper.
forever. You know, he
A
does.
slight of any kind, he holds it.
Yes, he
It's-
does. He's a petty
Yeah, he
little
holds a
man.
grudge.
He's a petty
That's
little
how
man.
that's how my dad used to be, and my brother tends to be that way too. If you do something against them, they will hold a grudge and not forget it. And every so often, and it could be years, they'll bring it back up into your face and
Yeah.
remind you.
Usually, those kind of people are the ones that you can do something nice for, and they'll forget it in a heartbeat.
Hey, Dad, you got a lot of catching up to do.
I got Philip Alvarado, who donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "John, I hope that doesn't disqualify you from getting a Philly cheesesteak." I hope not, brother. I hope not, Philip. Thank you very much. And Catman56, my friend Keith up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a little help fixing the finger. You will need it to give the bird to the Trump. That's it. It is my bird finger. It is. Ow. Yeah, gonna have to work on that. I see. That did hurt a bit. Boy, that thing went in deep. And Michelle Graham donated $2 through Super Chat. Michelle, thank you very much, baby. I hope you're taking care of yourself. And now, where were we? Oh yeah, fuck Trump. Yeah. We got well, boy howdy shit. This is gonna be nasty. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Y'all know who she is. She's that lady in Georgia's 14th district. The QAnon lady who just won the primary in that district to become a congressman, and she is set to win.
Oh my God.
God, I'd hate to live there. My.
That's
Nobody's
what I said the other
opposing her,
day.
John?
I'm going to look up the Georgia's 14th district. I want to see what cities are in there, what towns are in this district, because I want to know where the stupidest people in this country live, and that's where they are, right there. I don't know what part of Georgia it is. Maybe somebody in the chat could look it up, or Travis could look it up. As a matter of fact, look it up and throw it over here if you can.
Yeah, 'cause I have a niece that lives.
14th district.
So nobody was running against her, John?
I know
She's
we
all
got
by
blue
herself,
dots
or
there.
what?
You know, there's no place in this country that you cannot find people of liberal minds, but you do find a lot that think they're not liberal, but they are. You know, it's
You said 14th district?
yeah,
Okay, hang on.
Georgia's 14th district.
Yeah, I'd like to know that because I got a
Yeah,
niece that
I
lives
really
up
do.
in,
I wanna
outside
know.
Atlanta.
I want to know who the dumbasses, the anti-American assholes who voted for this lady, the dingbats. I can't stress it enough. I'm sorry, Georgia. I'm not calling out the whole state. There are a lot of blue dots in Georgia. We have as a lot of other places. Atlanta, very blue, baby. It's where intelligent people gather. I don't know where this district is. I'm just imagining in my head, it's got to be some hillbilly shit that they just don't have education in. Oh, them Democrats, they're cannibals. They worship the devil, And oh, by the way, we're cannibals.
like
We worship the devil. She believes that all the mass shootings, and they didn't name them, but the mass shootings are fake, and they're just false flags to try to take away your guns. She's racist. She's bigoted. She's anti-Semitic. This lady takes the cake in all of them. All the deplorable basket shit, that's all wrapped up in Marjorie Taylor Greene. In Georgia.
John?
Oh, look at here.
John,
Yep.
it looks like that district's to the west and north of Atlanta, Georgia.
I see that.
It's
North,
near-
It
Yes, near
compromises
Chattahoochee.
parts of Catahoosa, Cadusa,
Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee, Dade, Florida,
Hoochie.
Gordon, Harrelson.
Have you
Murray.
not heard that song?
What?
On
Yeah,
the
like
river
On the
of
banks of the
Chattahoochee?
Chattahoochee?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't say Chattahoochee. Read that again. What does it say?
Yeah, no, it's a
Chattahoochee.
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 Well, it's Hoochie.
Chattahoochee.
Just listen to Alan Jackson. He knows how.
I
he
know
says
how to
it just
sing the
right.
song. And the
Wasn't that the
line.
river in Deliverance?
Yeah, maybe so.
I'm not sure, but Chattahoochee is a town to the west of
Dalton
me. And here in
is the
Florida,
largest
which
city.
is famous.
So
Yeah, it's a
Dalton,
river, too.
Georgia, is
Oh,
the-
really? That's where
is
my
the
niece
big one.
lives.
in Rome. I'm naming some of the cities.
Yeah, we
Those
got.
those are in the 14th district. So I guess if you live up there by Dalton, they ain't got no internet up there. I think they're getting their information by the Pony Express. I don't know what excuse they have for a district nominating and electing somebody who pulls things out of. What is Congress? Are they just going to welcome her in there after all her racist bullshit? All her QAnon theories that Democrats are eating children, they're bloodthirsty.
John,
Oh, kiss
my niece and her husband, their kids, live in Dalton, Georgia. She's a nurse. He is a lieutenant with the fire department. But they are both God-fearing people. I mean, like strong. And I don't know if my niece is not a stupid woman. Her husband's not a stupid woman. But like I say, they do have that fear of God in them. And that's
and she plays on that. That's what this whole QAnon bullshit that this lady is all involved in. We worship the devil. Democrats, we're devil worshipers. That's what this lady believes. That's what she has said. I just, how can you work with somebody like that? How can you work in Congress with somebody who thinks you're a cannibal pedophile who worships the devil?
Eats babies.
Yeah, and eats babies. I mean, it's
think,
beyond ridiculous.
John, I think they say this stuff just to sound ridiculous and cause controversy. I wonder if she really believes that shit.
She says it, and she spouts it,
Well,
and she spreads it. So all I can assume
Look
is,
at a Trump
is that
rally. There's
she
all
is.
kinds of peoples with the big Q's on their
Big
chest.
Q on that. They have no idea who he is. They have no idea who he is. He might be Randy Peterson. Randy Peterson, are you Q by any chance?
Uh-oh.
Randy,
I'm
you're not no QAnon, are you? Randy.
Sounds like he's not coming in too well.
Randy Peterson. Woo, pig. Maybe I just got to call him.
Maybe he has.
working.
Maybe he has to go out and come back in.
Randy, we can't hear you, buddy.
He's trying to talk and it's not.
Yeah, you're not coming through. There.
I'll bring
see if
him
he-
back in just
Yeah,
a
go
second.
out and come back in.
Randy, you there now?
All right.
Woo, pig. There, pig. Randy. Nope, buddy, we can't hear you. You're having audio trouble, I guess. I don't know what the problem is, but we can't hear you, but we know you're there, brother. And we're glad you are. But we can't hear a word you're saying, brother.
I'll bring him back in
Randy's
just a
up
second.
in Arkansas. So,
Yeah, I'll bring him back in just a
all
second.
right. See if we can get him back here in a minute. Yeah, we have sometimes have a glitch on
So now we've got 3 people from Arkansas on here.
I mean to tell you, y'all are getting just wholly involved. Wait a minute. It's you, Benjamin? Are you in Arkansas?
No.
Oh.
Oh
Oh,
God.
I thought you meant in the room.
No.
Oh, okay.
Randy Peterson and Rick, I think is
Rick.
the new guy. Rick.
Ah. Well, we got more than
Don't you mean Radio Rex?
Radio
Radio Rex,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Radio Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Blue Dot, our Blue Room has been getting some new people into the chat room. I'm always happy to hear that shit. I always
Okay,
have a
you know
chance to
we've
get in
got
there
the
and talk to somebody.
coronavirus, John.
Huh?
We've got the coronavirus going on, and we got the post office going on. And while we were focusing on that, he's dismantling Free Radio America.
Really?
You mean the
Yep.
Voice of America?
Voice of America, Radio
Yes.
Free.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you know,
Why then?
I have not heard that yet.
Yeah, it's just new. It
No,
came across my feed this
started
morning,
over a month ago.
Did it?
and well, it was news to me this
Yeah.
morning
Yeah. That's,
when I seen it on my feed. Anyways, he's replacing. He
pray tell.
decapitated the state-funded media.
and installed
off.
one of his own.
Yes, sir. Just like
Gee,
he
I
did the
wonder
post
why.
office.
yeah. Well, you know, he put a tweet out earlier today talking about, you know, saying Fox was pretty much garbage on the weekends and daytime and blah blah blah, and suggested that people start listening to the OANN network,
Yes.
something American News
Yeah,
Network.
One American
You know,
News. Yeah.
What is that? What One American News?
Yeah, that's the new.
So-
It's worse than Fox News. It's worse, but it's trying to gain momentum, and Donnie's their biggest cheerleader. Donnie always calls on the OAN reporter at the end. That lady will be the last question, and it sets up Donnie's little sales pitch before he goes out the door. You know,
Sounds like a fascist radio station.
it is
Sure it
so. You know, Marcia showed me. I don't know who it was. It was a clip from 1960 something. Some people may have seen it on social media. Anyway, it was talking about back then how communism was going to work its way into America, and went on to a lot of things that you would recognize in today's world, but was trying to link the way communism was going to get into America was through the word socialism. If they come in through socialism, communists will come in and rule the world in no time. What the guy was describing was a authoritarian socialism. China. That's not what Americans are talking about over here. When we talk about social ideas, we're talking about democratic socialism, meaning that it's the people that are making the decisions, but we want our tax dollars to go to everybody, not just the ultra rich. But in listening to this thing, the guy was describing how that they would do this. It actually describes Donnie the dickwad to a T, of how to allow a dictator to come to power, how to allow communism to come to power, or authoritarian socialism to come to power, is to divide the nation, and especially when it comes to the races, because it is a basic instinct for one to try to protect their own or whatever they were trying to talk about. But that is what Donnie is trying to do in this country. He's trying to divide Republican from Democrat, white from black, from Asian from Christian to Muslim. Any divide that you can get, you keep working on that, and you do create a divide within our society, and that benefits Donnie, and that is why he is hell bent on attacking everything he can and destroying as much as he can. The more uncomfortable people feel in this country, the more they want to blame somebody else, and they are quick to blame immigrants. They're quick to blame people of other colors or races, of other religions. It's all their fault, and that kind of bullshit. And you can see that happening. Yes, Ben.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to tell you guys, I got some bad news for you guys.
Oh, shit. What now, Ben?
As of today, August 16th, updated at 6:34 p.m., Biden versus Trump in the state of Kansas. Trump 50.4%, Biden 41.4%.
Well, that's not good but Kansas is going to be a rough state. There's going to be hard places that we will not get. There are deep red states. We're not going to get Georgia, I don't think. I don't think we're going to get Alabama. I think we might lose Alabama.
Well, there is some good news to this. Barbara Bollier, she has right now only behind Roger Marshall by 2 points. And that's our Kansas Democratic Senate candidate.
Biden is up, but in here in Texas he's up. In Florida he's up. There's a lot of states. In Pennsylvania he's up.
Right.
We can't, they make you feel good. Oh, look there, we're up. We can't trust that shit. Not a one of us can slow down on our determination.
Are you and Travis going to do two for blue for Barbara Bollier sometimes next week?
Ben, I completely forgot to set that up, but Travis just heard you, so yes, we will. We'll set that up, Ben, gladly, and try to help her out.
Yeah, I think
she's only behind 2 points right now, so she's almost there.
Barbara Boyer up in Kansas, running for Senate. So yeah, that's again, the one thing that Donnie does not understand is that there are Democrats in red states, there are Republicans in blue states. The more he seeks to divide, it narrows down. What are you showing me?
No, I just thought it was funny.
At Fox News is not watchable during the weekend afternoons. It is worse than fake news at CNN. I strongly suggest you turning your dial to at OANN. They do a really fair and balanced job.
Yeah, you know why he's saying that about Fox News now? Because
that's his tweet. So he's trying to run over Fox News and get everybody to watch OAN.
But you know why he's saying that about Fox News now is because some of the reporters on Fox News now are starting to not take his shit anymore, and they're starting to call him out on shit.
Well, at a certain point,
they made the fucking monster.
That's it. They fed him every freaking day, and now he's going to eat their lunch. And what are they going to do? Shovel more of it to him? It's ridiculous. Fox News is the most anti-American bullshit you could put on your TV. I always like to throw that in. They are. They're the most anti-American bullshit. They try to lie to you all along the way. They know what Donald Trump was. They've known all along what he is, a thief, but they're willing to get money. Fox News people, Sean Hannity, I got a little investment there in the HUD property center. Just coincidence, sir. Fuck, no, it ain't.
Yeah, but what is Trump going to do, though, to help Fox News out? I mean, what are they doing that they're benefiting
Sean
from
Hannity
Trump?
will jump up on his little stool and beg for a little treat, the way he always does. He'll get up there tomorrow and start praising Donnie for the great leadership of this country and how the Democrats are just baby-eating, pedophile, whatever. It's disgusting what they expect their followers to believe. Sort of like this Marjorie Greene. Really, you want everybody in the world to believe that the Democrats are over here eating babies. Good luck with that shit.
Well, you know what, John?
Somebody ought to put a butterfly fucking net over your head.
I think, John, that they're doing this as a distraction. They don't want the people to see. We already know what type of person Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
He's a disaster. And if they can try to keep people away from seeing that, maybe, and they repeat stuff long enough and often enough, then maybe they'll turn the tide in their favor. But I don't think it's going to work.
And that
it's not going to work.
That has been Trump's playing card ever since he got here. Ever since he walked in the door, it's pure chaos. Keep spreading out shit, saying stupid stuff, making up bullshit. Just keep the fire stoked. Keep everybody mad. Keep them on edge, worried about their country. Yeah. Because it benefits him to a degree.
Did anybody watch This Week with George Stephanopoulos this morning?
I did not.
No, I missed that.
No. What happened?
Guess what, Chris? Guess what that fat tub of lard in New Jersey, Chris Christie, had to say?
Oh, Lord. Pray tell, what did
he was talking about the mail-in voting system, and he sat there and said, yeah. He said all these nursing homes that got all these people that died from COVID, these people are going to get their ballots, and their family members are going to go get their ballots, and they're going to commit voter fraud.
Of course. Goes on
How
all the
the hell are
time,
they gonna
Ben.
do
All
that?
over the country, I heard. You can put a piece of mail and expect it to get to the other end,
And
whoever
then
you
he
mail
sat
it
there
to.
and said that we've only got 2 states in the union that's actually ready for mail-in voting, and he said the reason why is because that they've been getting ready for mail-in voting for the last 10 years. He said that's Washington and California.
You have to be alive on the day they send out the ballots.
Yeah, but that person would
It's
have to
like
vote
my county, the county clerk also handles all the death certificates and birth certificates, all that shit, and the voting. So as soon as somebody dies, they know about
They
it.
take
They
it
can
off
remove
the
you. They can
rolls.
remove you off the voting roll right then and there.
Oh,
Also, Arkansas, I've got to call in. They'll send me an application.
Yeah.
And then if I'm going to have it delivered to them by somebody other than myself, I put down my designated
number?
carrier
Yeah. Oh, your carrier.
for like
You
my
got to write
daughter.
it right on the outside of the ballot here in California. If somebody else is going to deliver it.
Yeah.
You're okay. So that gives them the authority to move your ballot.
That gives them the
I've
authority
been
to
suggesting if
I
there's
used
any
to
way you
deliver my wife's ballots, and I have to show my ID. I mean,
good. I don't have a problem with that. If you have a chance to get a mail-in ballot, get it, and then if you're capable of doing it, take it to your ballot place. They'll have a drop-off box. Take it there yourself, and relieve that pressure on the postal service, and
That's what
making
I'm
sure
gonna
that
do.
your ballot goes from your hand right to the counting booth. So there's no question.
Speaking of that, John, my postal carrier that delivers in my area, he's going around right now, and he's encouraging everybody on all of his routes. He said, when you get your mail-in ballot for me in the mail, fill it out, and then take it to Johnson County Election Board's drop-off box and put it in there. Do not put it through the mail system, because our Postmaster General is going to make sure it doesn't get there.
They're just making it. Let's go ahead and take away all the resources that people can send in their ballots. And then let's have it all, electronically to where we can get whoever we want.
When Jake Tapper tried to push Mark Meadows this morning on the sorting machines that have been removed, Mark Meadows' response was, "We're not going to remove any between now and the election. We're not." Well, what he didn't say anything about the ones they already removed. They've already taken out of service.
Jake Tapper had to remind him of that.
He just said, "Well, we're not going to take any between now and the election." You've already done it. You've already done the deed. So now you try to set them up here and, well, we won't do it between now and. You already did it. They're active. The IG is investigating. I want to see. Go ahead, Johnny.
I was just gonna say, Jake Tapper had to remind him of that.
Yes.
He remember that?
Yes.
He reminded him. Oh, but they already did. What was his response to that?
His response was they were not going to remove it in between now and the election. That's his. That was it's like he completely disregarded.
You know what they're doing with the blue boxes out here in Burbank, California? I saw today.
What?
They're
stacking them up.
Locking the flaps off. They've got a red thing that they put on the box with a lock, so you can't put any mail in the box.
It's obvious what's going on, while the Republicans sit over there and say, "Well, we don't see nothing. It's just our businesses." No, they're taking out sorting machines. They're locking down post boxes, the blue boxes out on the road where you could drop your mail in, where you've counted on all your life to have safe and secure mail. Now all of a sudden they're no good. You got to lock them up and get rid of them. DeJoy is in competition. His businesses are in competition with the Postal Service. It's to his benefit to destroy the Postal Service. It's to the benefit of the corporations that Pruitt got put in charge of the EPA so he could destroy the regulations that got in the way of making bigger money. This whole administration during this whole time has been one fucking asshole after another coming in to try to destroy the institution he's put in charge of. Look at freaking Bill Barr in our Department of Justice. Yeah.
Bernadette.
Hey,
I had to get on.
I didn't see you jump in here.
I got something to say about this.
Okay. Let it rip, baby.
Okay. All right. Check this out. I've been thinking about this whole postal thing.
Yeah.
And why would this idiot do this shit? especially so blatantly. Now, we know this is a fucking circus show, and you got to watch what he's doing over here while he got you distracted because there's other nefarious shit going on somewhere
Always.
else.
Always.
Here's my thought, John.
Huh.
We know from what Mueller said in the Mueller report that the Russians were not going to stop attacking us.
No.
We know from last week when Blumenthal came out and said that their committee, the Gang of Eight, had an intelligence report given to them about the current Russian meddling in our
2020
election and how very detrimental it was, and he wanted that information made public. Remember that last week?
Yes, I do.
Okay, check this out. All of a sudden, Trump starts fucking with the post office. That's the left hand over here doing some nefarious shit right in front of your face.
That's what the other hand's doing.
Trump's daughter, feckless Ivanka Trump, owns patents for voting machines
Yes, she does.
by the Chinese.
Yes.
Okay? If Trump can get you in certain states, because he ain't doing that shit here in California, okay? If he can get people to the polls and on the voting machines, we already know that Russia in the last election tapped into every fucking state's voting system. They did that shit.
They got into the voter rolls.
Yes, exactly. They just didn't do anything. But they gained access in every single state in this union. Now, if they're up to more nefarious shit this time,
Which you know they are.
with their buddy Trump in the White House saying, go ahead, rack this shit up for me. The Postal Service is not the problem. He's trying to force people onto these machines where there is no fucking record of a vote going in. And it can very easily be tampered with. You can watch any fucking YouTube video about how to hack a voting machine while you're right there standing at the fucking machine.
They'll play video games on that voting machine.
But don't be fooled by this postal shit. All you have to do is make sure. You should have already done this. If you planned on voting by mail, it should have already been done. If it isn't,
get it now.
Better make it the first thing you do tomorrow morning is get on the vote by mail. If that's what you plan on doing, yes, your ballot's going to show up in your box late. That very day when you get your ballot, sit down and fill it out. Get it out that day or the very next day.
I like it because
make sure you have enough time, because most states are going to allow that if it's postmarked by election day, you can have your ballot counted. No matter how many days it takes.
And if it gets in there early, they get to count it
the ballot
early.
will be counted. But if it gets there early enough, and states are trying to see, some states will be able to do this, some won't. Some are trying to see if they can process the ballots by just taking them out of the envelope, laying them flat, getting them ready to count. Processing the ballots prior to election day, which will help the count on election day. Not counting, just processing.
You know what I like about the mail-in ballot? It's a paper trail, baby.
It is.
It is a
and
paper trail.
And ding, ding, ding. That is the very reason why
you should vote.
Dictator.
And if you don't want to do mail-in, just do absentee.
Oh, well, yeah, hey, but those are fraudulent, and be careful with those, okay?
Oh, Lord.
But all the rest of this hot air is just to make your head pop. Don't fall for this shit. Realize what
we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Anytime you know he's making news with one thing, he's throwing shit someplace else. We've seen it. It's his modus operandi.
By people who work at the post office, they have a reverence for the ballot.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
I'm going to say something that perhaps I shouldn't even say. And maybe I don't know how this thought popped in my head, but somehow or another it makes me think that if they get a ballot with no stamp on it, they'll put a fucking stamp on it and send it through.
I think
because that's how much they care about the vote.
Yeah. I feel the same way that if there's somebody I could trust, my mailman, Bear, the greatest guy you ever meet. He's dedicated to his job and he's concerned, and I think he's typical of what we have in the postal service. These are our neighbors and friends that work for the postal service. It's a hell of a job. Sometimes it's a difficult job and very high pressure. And every time that something is thrown into the wrench into the works to slow them down, it just makes their job harder, and they know that. So that's why
Here's something else that we can do as voter. Call your state AG and tell them how disturbed you are about the current situation with the United States Postal Service. You got
let
to
your
let
voice
them
be
know.
known.
Even if you're in a Republican state, call them. Make them do their fucking jobs. Arizona and New Jersey AGs have sent a referral to the Inspector General about Trump and DeJoy, and they're fucking with the USPS.
That's how come
So, if
Democrats
you want
asked
to
for the
do
IG to
something
invest.
and you want to stay safe, call them. Better yet, write them a fucking letter.
Yeah, they know how
Call
to
them and write them a
There you
fucking
go,
letter.
double up on
And here's something else you could do. You could write your senators. You could call your senators and write to them and tell them in your letter, I'm referring to our phone call. And hey, check this out. When you get this letter in your office, let me know via email or something. Text me.
Please
send
let me
me
know
a
you
letter
received
back
this
to
letter.
let me know that you received this letter. That will let you know how long it took for that letter to go from your post office to your congressperson.
And from your
And you can
congressperson to the
track
staffer, and
that
then the
letter.
staffers to you, because
Well,
he ain't going to answer your ass.
Let me say this real quick. Another thing that Trump doesn't realize that he's doing with this fuckery of the Postal Service is that he's all, because they said on the morning news shows today too, that he's causing veterans to not get their prescriptions in the mail and people not to get
people not to get their checks, all their
Not
mail.
just veterans, all people on Medicare. You know,
And guess
you
who a
can get
big
your
big
prescriptions
part
through
of
the mail.
postal
you can get
employees
your
are.
dog's prescription through the mail. Okay.
A lot of postal
Yes,
workers are veterans, so
People in their Social Security checks. People still get Social Security checks through the mail. He is fucking with people's lives, okay, and livelihoods.
yes, he is.
But
we need.
but we all know, just like his brother died, he don't give a shit about him.
Nope,
he don't give a fuck
shit
about us.
you. Let me catch up.
You got a lot of catching up to do.
Spectator sports people, we have to participate if we want this to work. And we actually had tools at our advantage that we could take care of and use against this fucker. It is called our voices. Call your senator. Call your rep. Write them letters. If you think it doesn't make a difference, guess again.
Yep, it
Guess
does.
Again.
I want to add one more thing to
Sure.
Bernadette's thing about the voting machines. With them being owned patents by Trump's daughter, Russia's got those codes to those machines now.
Yeah.
You know, that
The
it
machines
worries.
can be very easily manipulated.
The
that
machines, no
vote
matter
can
where
be manipulated.
they're from, they can be manipulated. We've seen that at these little cons where these
The
guys can
paper
just
trail's
hack them
much
right in front
harder.
of you. Let me catch up real quick. I got a few here. I got to go. Renee Aries donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Fuck Trump." Tim Torkelson came right behind him, donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Given with love and gratitude." Thank you, Tim Torkelson. And then Renee Ayers turned around again and said, donated another $5. He said, "Fuck Trump again." He just wanted to get the message across, I guess. And Michelle Graham donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "How can Trump claim that mail-in voting is a fraud when he is deliberately shuts down the post office to influence the election?" Fuck Trump. There you go, Michelle. Thank you very much. And Sarah Thoma donated $10 to Super Chat and said, "Love to the Blue Dot family from Kansas City, Missouri, where we have Mike Parsons and a ballot notary requirement." There you go. I'm not familiar with how Missouri is going.
You have to have your ballot notarized.
You have to have it notarized.
In order to, and that's some ridiculous shit.
That is. They have your signature. It's barcoded. There are several levels of security on that ballot. It's not like, oh, well, your dog could put his paw print on there and nobody's going to notice. It's bullshit.
I wish
It's
I had
the
an
same.
ink pad. I'd put my thumbprint on my
Yeah,
my ballot.
Yeah, I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to dip my fucking thumb in ink. Yeah, I voted. And it seems like something that simple would be easier than what some of this, the way we vote here. I want to do my mail-in ballot because when I go down here to vote, I have a touchpad voting screen, and I get a ticket with a number on it. I'm not confident because my wife's vote was switched from Democrat to Republican. Was it in the 2016 vote? I think it was. She had to call the poll watcher up there and say, hey, look, it says Republican here, and I voted all Democrat. And they had to change it.
That's the trick, John.
Yes, it happens.
That's the trick.
So I would much prefer to have a mail-in voting, to get the absentee voting. I have a paper trail of my vote. It at least makes me feel like it counts. Although after watching the Electoral College special the other day, what the shit difference does it make? There's only 3 or 4 guys in your state that's going to make up their mind anyway.
Yeah. Well, John, one quick thing I want to say about Mike Parsons.
Huh.
Mike Parsons is the Republican governor of Missouri, and he's another Trumpy.
Well, there you go. Well, I figured with the ballot notary requirement, anything that the Republicans do to make it more difficult for you to vote, they're all in on it. Because the fewer people that they cast that net on, the more Democrats they catch up in it. They just want to take away people's right to vote. One person, one vote. It's the way we're society.
Is new.
What?
Because when my dad and I used to live in Kansas City, Missouri, my dad never had to have a notary to sign his ballot to get it.
I never had to do a notary ballot.
This is all new. Is all new.
Well, we have to stick with.
And now you guys know what it's like to be a black person in the South trying to vote for the last 400 years.
How many jelly beans in that jar? Yes, there is an opportunity here to make sure that your vote counts by doing a mail-in, by doing the absentee. And the best way is save the post office, make that delivery yourself, take it down to the polling place, wherever you have to drop it off, and drop it off yourself. Put it in that locked box at the county if you can. That's what I intend to do. Anything that would secure your vote.
This is not rocket science.
No, this is easy.
We actually know how to do mail-in ballots.
Yeah, and if one thing should give you a hint, it's how much.
Military service has been doing it.
Oh, it's forever.
And that's going to screw up the military, too.
Yes, it's going to screw up the military.
We support the troops. Don't worry about it. I have a bumper sticker. That's their support the troops shit. They have a bumper sticker. That's all. So discounting the mail-in vote does indeed discount every military personnel that's serving overseas who mails in their ballot. Well, all those, they're probably fraudulent because, hey, they're coming from another country anyway. They're not good. They've been hijacked by Kremlins or whatever. I don't know. It's all a crack of shit. The House needs to return into session next week. They need to start pushing legislation to protect the Postal Service, and let's get this little fire put out because we know it's all bullshit. Congress runs the Postal Service, not Donnie. And DeJoy needs to be called to the fucking carpet.
He's going to control it if he doesn't negotiate with Congress. And if he doesn't say Congress can have it. Because he knows that he controls the sycophants.
He's trying to destroy one of the institutions America has trusted for so many years. We have never had a trouble with the
destroying institutions since
one by one, baby.
In there. And that's what dictators do.
You know what? The Constitution is supposed to protect the postal thing. So if he would pull something like this, couldn't they do a lawsuit against him? Would it do any good?
A lawsuit's going to tie it up in court.
Yeah,
a lawsuit's going to tie it up in court.
Yeah, we don't.
And so what good is that going to do? They're not going to.
They would love for us to go to court because, we're not going to get there before November. Anything they can delay or cause trouble to, they're going to
do it. Yeah.
That's right. So I don't want to take any lawsuits. I want Congress to do their damn job. Congress controls the purse
But more
string,
importantly,
not Trump.
We actually have the vote. And we actually have a say-so in this.
We do indeed,
that's right,
baby.
We do.
We do. And that's the biggest thing that we can ever tell you out of this whole show, out of 3.5, 4 years of doing this. Your voice and your vote matters. And anybody that tries to convince you that it's not worth it, it doesn't count, is fucking trying to get you not to vote for a reason. Your voice is important. It is counted, and it is the only way that we move this needle. This man has to be removed. It is almost.
And if you haven't done the census yet, please
do the census too.
For your area.
Yes, because that helps you.
It brings money to your area.
Yes. There's so much that we need to do.
They are cutting that
and
off.
we can't do
That's
it until we
illegal.
get.
Everything this man does, he lives and breathes illegal.
Yeah, well.
And you know what? I can't wait until he go to hell or jail.
Yeah, whichever happens first. I really don't care.
Trump died of COVID.
Oh, well.
COVID-19.
I don't know
Wouldn't that
if
be a
his
shame?
brother died of COVID or not.
Yeah.
It would serve them right.
Well, he'd have a hard time trying to explain that it's a fake, wouldn't he? Yeah. And I do think if he did die of COVID, I don't think they're going to try to keep that as secret as they can, if indeed that was the cause of death, because it would have to force him to admit that it is serious. And Donnie doesn't want to do that. It's all going to fade away any day now. It's going to go away like magic.
Yeah, any day now. I wish he would go away, just like magic.
Anyway, Nasserene's Music donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "Have a 5 from an Egyptian immigrant from the same state you're in." Hey, babe, outstanding in Texas. Nazarenes, thank you. And we're glad you're here, brother. That's something that Donnie's, when he's been touting this new peace deal between Israel and the UAE, calling it the first treaty between a Muslim nation and Israel. No, that would be Egypt.
No, it's not. That would be
another
Egypt.
thing.
Yeah, that would be Egypt
Well,
a long time
that's
ago.
another thing. He's trying to make his record look so good before he leaves office or before he's voted out. That's what he's trying to do, so people will vote him back in. That's bullshit.
He's trying to promote this as the grandest deal ever, and it is a good deal. I hope they abide by it. Everybody needs to have ambassadors, swap ambassadors, and all that. The world will be a whole lot better place if we had ambassadors in Iran. We could talk to them all the time, make a deal or something.
Said it's temporary, John.
Yeah, it's temporary.
My understanding is temporary.
Yes, well, it's contingent upon certain things, I think.
Right.
I haven't delved into it that much, but I think it's contingent upon certain things that happen. One is Israel giving up any more claim to any more land. I don't know how that's going to work out.
It's just another one of those things that, hey, look over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Look at this great thing I did over here.
And I have
I think something's going. Yeah, I'm with Bernadette on that one. I think something's going on the other way because I don't trust him and never have, and neither should you. Anyway, I see the names going by. I guess we ought to wrap it up for the evening. And then I'm going to go in.
You know what really ticks me off?
What pissed you off, Ben?
That the Republicans chose the elephant as their symbol when the elephant is one of the most smartest animals in the world. They don't deserve that fucking symbol, as dumb as they are.
Have y'all seen the little cartoons been running on commercials? The elephant and the donkey. Donkey walks up to the bench. It's cute. And we need to be reminded because before Trump, we weren't so passionate about hating Republicans. This is what Trump has done to the Republican Party. This is what he has done. Has stoked those flames so hot that it's going to take a while to come down from this. It's going to take a while that we realize again that the conservatives in our country are just as American as us, and they love this country, and they got sidetracked with a carnival show. And they've allowed scum into their party, and they need to clean it up. And I think a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives across this country are coming to that realization.
Hey, John, real quick.
What, brother?
Pelosi has called the House back.
She has called the House back?
She has, and the likely plan is for the House to return on Saturday.
Good. On Saturday. Today's Sunday.
They said Monday originally on the 24th or Tuesday it was. So they might have changed it.
So they're going to take another week off.
I'm just reading the headline. I haven't read the whole thing.
I'll check it out.
Right.
We'll find out. Renee Ayers came
And
back
then-
and donated another $5 and said, "I love Egyptians. Fuck Trump." There you go, baby. Thank you, Renee. I do
We
too.
all do.
I know one.
And Ben, one thing about elephants, they're full of a lot of shit.
They're full of shit. And they splatter it all over
A
the place.
lot of shit.
And
They
donkey,
got
that's
big
true.
shit.
Yeah.
Donkeys ain't dummies either.
Y'all know my choice. Where's
We
my
love
baby?
Jenny.
That's it.
We love Jenny.
That's what I tell
Absolutely.
people. You a Democrat, John? Yes, I am, and I have the donkey to prove it.
A more appropriate symbol for the Republican Party would be a fucking snake.
How about
I
just
would
a
agree
piece
with
of
that,
shit?
Ben. I would agree with that. A low-down stinking snake.
I don't know. I got two
Well,
snakes. that are the
Travis got
nicest
snakes. They're
creatures
nice
in the
snakes.
world.
We said
Yeah.
low-down stinking snake, not your snakes.
Also,
Yeah,
Your snakes are
well,
cool.
that would, how about snake shit?
just
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
But
It is a cockroach.
that
that's
would be more
suckerfish.
appropriate.
just
Eh, eh.
remember, a snake ain't gonna bother you
Cockroach.
unless you step on it.
Infest
That's true.
everything.
Yeah, snake will leave your ass alone if you leave him alone. He don't want no
You know,
beef with you.
cockroaches actually serve a purpose.
Yeah,
okay?
cockroaches will jump on you. Yeah, seen them. Palmetto
Oh,
bugs my ass. They're cockroaches.
Please.
My brother
Cockroaches,
down
please,
in
and
Florida
bedbugs.
always used to tell me we don't have cockroaches. We have palmetto bugs. No, fuck you. I seen that thing. It's a fucking cockroach. Don't tell me. Anyway, I want to thank everybody tonight for being here. The Blue Dot family in the chat on YouTube, on Facebook, on Periscope. Baby, I love the fact that y'all are here and having that discussions in there. Teresa Diggum says, "I love elephants. They are my favorite. I hate that the repugs have that as their symbol." So I know somebody else who loves elephants. So, they got a bad deal. What can I say? Love donkeys. That's what I say. And Furious Wolf 777 Voodoo donated $15 to Super Chat and said, "Call 916."
Cali, like California.
Oh, Cali 916. Love our Lady Hams. Love our
Harris.
Oh,
Harris.
Jesus. Yeah, he's right. It does. It says Cali 916. Love Our Lady Harris. Outstanding. Furious Wolf 777. I'm glad I had my interpreter over there so he could read the
Not a
freaking
problem.
screen. I have to. It got bad the other day. I'm walking all over the house. Marcia, where's my glasses, honey? I can't find my. They're on top of my head. I never put my glasses on top
I've
of my
done
head.
that.
I did it this one time. I was sitting there reading, and I can't read through my glasses, so. And then I forgot they was up there. Oh, that's a bad sign. I walked away plumb embarrassed. Anyway, I appreciate everybody being here tonight, being a part of this discussion. Benjamin, always a pleasure, buddy. Thank you for keeping us abreast of all the breaking information as it comes across. We appreciate it. And Bernadette, what can I say, baby? You got my address. I understand.
and,
I understand your
Travis,
cannon strawberries.
Thank you for saying that Priest Trees is good for sunburn. Dominic got sunburn, and we've been using it on him. You're absolutely right. It's
It
good for your
helps.
skin, people.
What isn't
it
it
is
good
really
for?
Good for your skin.
Yeah.
It's good for whatever ails you.
Whatever ails you. And according to Maestro, makes
Yeah.
you look prettier, too. That's what Maestro
Yeah.
said.
It's a good pain reliever.
It is indeed a good pain reliever. I got it on my shoulders
and if you
right
keep
now.
it in the refrigerator this time of year, it's nice and cool.
If anybody
and refreshing.
wonders, check Bernadette in the blue room if you want to know what we're talking about. Priest trees. It is indeed whatever ails you, it'll fix. And it fixes anything from a broken heart to the crack of dawn, I think. And I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
There
it
you go.
does that too.
All right. Thank you for being here, darling. And John I Fly.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Enjoy your
Likewise,
There you
likewise.
go.
And I have to say, her cream,
I'm
you know,
telling you, it's
is
well known
good
in this
for
family.
it's good for my right knee that has arthritis in it. So keep making that stuff, Bernadette.
Johnny
Yes,
Fly.
sir.
Johnny Fly.
All right.
Does your right knee look prettier nowadays? I'm just wondering.
Well, I've already
It
been
looks
looking
marvelous,
pretty.
darling.
Ah,
It
okay.
just enhances it.
It just
It
enhances
enhances
it.
Marvelous, darling.
Johnny Fly, I appreciate you being here, baby. And SC Smith up in Tallahassee, Florida. I'm glad you made it in here, bub. Always enjoy your voice.
I'm glad to be here. And hey, Travis, can you hear me still?
Yes, sir.
Travis, yeah, I just want to announce that I'm going to start a new band, and we're going to call it Camel Tone.
Camel Tone. Camel Tone.
There we go.
Yeah.
Badass.
All right. John's deaf. We all know it. Can't read.
That would be a pretty good one.
Camel Tone.
That caught me off guard too, Travis. I was like, what?
That's a good name. We're gonna have a band, Camel Tone. Pay attention. It'll be coming around soon. SC, thank you for being here, brother. Take care of yourself.
It's like
always a pleasure.
It's like he's got some fusion jazz going on. Camel Tone.
Caramel Tones. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Caramel Tones.
Caramel Tones.
Oh, that was caramel tones. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were making fun of the fact that
cracking
Dad
up right
read it.
now.
Yeah, you're
I'm
making fun
sure.
of the fact that Dad can't read. That's it. Yeah. So there's a whole freaking long list of shit Dad can't do. Sparky Dunk. Spark, thank you, brother. I enjoyed my visit on Bob Kincaid's show on Friday and the back porch there. Enjoyed the hell out of it.
I got one thing to say to you, John.
What's that? What's that, Spark?
Start using gloves.
Yeah.
Not heavy gloves, but
Yeah.
lightweight gloves.
Yeah.
It's a wonder they'll save a lot of your finger injuries.
Yeah, they're just fingers.
I learned
Yeah.
that years ago. I mean, if you
I should
practice
have been wearing fingers.
proper PPE when you're doing work.
Not only that,
you'll
but don't
have
try
less
to shove a
injuries.
screwdriver with the butt of your. Yeah, just don't do that.
Either
Get,
that
Well,
or
get a pair of pliers and do it the right
glove-
way and just take it right
The
off.
glove would have helped that.
The glove would not. It would not have been.
I
near as bloody.
use lightweight mechanic gloves. You can buy them online from Amazon and stuff. I don't do anything without them
I guarantee
anymore.
you that hurt. You know it hurt, boy. It's only a very small dot there, but that's a puncture wound that goes all the way in.
It was. I don't care how
Oh, that
small
was-
the mark is. That was
Yeah,
bad.
that was.
If it
yeah.
coated me in blood, I was worried I got hit
Looked
somehow
like a freaking
too.
water sprinkler out there. Psh, psh, psh. Boy, howdy shit. I hit something. Anyway, Spark, always enjoy myself.
We
over
didn't
there.
even talk about the drill getting out of Tyler's hands
Oh
that day.
no, Tyler up there drilling, and all of a sudden that drill's pretty powerful. It got out of his hand, and pop, 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 boy, that thing's going flying. He went flying. Shit, son, hold on to it. Oh shit. Yes, everybody had a few aches and pains after that job, but the job is done and done well.
And I
so
couldn't be more thankful for it.
There you go. Anyway, Spark, we appreciate you being here, buddy. In our own Velda Lee.
I'll see you Friday.
I will be there, brother. I'll be there. And Velda Lee, thank you, baby. We're glad
You're welcome.
We're always glad you're here, the mother hen of our little group here. And we're glad Wayne's doing
Glad to
fine,
be here.
and y'all had biscuits and gravy and all that stuff. So shit, life don't get no better than
And
biscuits and
Bernadette,
gravy, baby.
she posted to my private page food porn.
Food porn? Really?
It's over in the food porn too. So.
Got food porn going on.
okay.
So if you want to check out the
definitely gonna
food
check
porn,
that out.
go to bluedotintexas.com. Follow the instructions there to download Discord. Come into the family. Check out the food porn and much other amazing feats inside that group there. I'm telling you, it is a lively group. You should get involved.
Jams and jellies and stuff made my
I'm
mouth
telling
water.
you. Oh, she done made me
Maybe
hungry.
go down some biscuits too, boy.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, after you get done with the biscuits and gravy, well, just keep them biscuits handy and get out that strawberry preserves that you're
The
doing
fresh
there.
butter and
Yeah,
the
a little
jam.
butter and jam
Yeah.
there, baby. I'm all in it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. I so appreciate this family for being here and participating the way you do. I love the conversation that goes on. We got, 79 days, I think, if I'm not mistaken, until we get this asshole out. Be prepared. As Bernadette was saying, get out there, make sure that you're registered, make sure all of your shit is in order, get your ducks in a row, whatever metaphor you want to use to make sure that you and everybody that you know is ready to vote, and vote early if you can. And on that note, I will be here tomorrow for Monday. We'll have our Monday rant, and then be back here again Tuesday for our Blue Dot family meeting on Tuesday. Until then, stay safe, wash your hands, wear your mask, all that kind of stuff to keep you and yours safe from this. It is not going away. It's getting worse in my area. I hope it's letting up in yours. But take care of yourselves, and I don't know, put a smile on somebody's face if you can. It's the best thing to make your day better, too. Anyway, love you. Y'all say goodnight.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Take care.
Good night,
I
everybody.
will indeed. And right before we
Take
go out
care,
the door,
everyone.
Mitch Goldstein just punched in $2 on Super Chat and said, "We love you, John." Mitch Goldstein, We love you back, buddy. Thank you very much. On that note, y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you back here again on Tuesday. Y'all take care. Bye.